Hey Mike, how's it been going with paying the bills and that fundraiser that you guys had a couple months ago? How'd that go?
Right, the battle of the bands, so to speak. Yeah. Well, you know, it was really great. These people came in and said they wanted to do a fundraiser for us. This fellow had moved here from L.A. and he had friends that were DJs and involved in music and radio down in Los Angeles. And he said, we're gonna outdo the Capiguli fundraiser that you guys do, because we're gonna bring 10 bands in. You know, and I said, well, that's fine if you can do it. I was kind of doubtful how they were going to be able to do that, get that many bands to give up their time to benefit the Bigfoot Museum and travel a distance like that. But he claimed he was going to get it done, so I said, okay, fine, if you can do it, that's great. So, you know, and so we got it together. I helped him with the posters, and other than that, I didn't have to do anything. And they got 2 venues in town to open up their nightclubs in the evening and have an event that was supposedly to raise money for us and all that. But I'll have to say, and I'm not blaming it on the guys that did the show, I don't know that they necessarily did it on purpose, but it turned out to not really be a benefit. What it really was a chance for all these people to really have one hell of a good party, because things were donated in the name of the Bigfoot Museum. People donated food and stuff like that. But at the very end, all the bands got paid, the venues got paid, these guys even got motel rooms and so forth, and they went through quite a bit of money, but very little of it ended up in the hands of the Bigfoot Museum. So I learned a little lesson there. Better make sure that you have an even an understanding and agreement what a benefit means. And if we hadn't sold a few hamburgers here, we would have made probably nothing off that whole weekend. But we are making inroads. What we've done is we've tried to bring down the costs of having souvenir items for the museum, so we can sell those to pay the bills to keep our research going. And recently we invested in a t-shirt making rig, and we're now capable of making our own t-shirts as long as they're not too complex. And our first batch is our Santa Cruz Sasquatch shirts. We just made those up right here at the museum, did it ourselves. And one of our friends of the museum, a man who's been here a few times, usually comes for our conferences, he sent me a box full of these mints as a donation. Said, here Mike, take these and sell them in your museum. And they've been selling quite well. And they're little mints that have kind of a root beer flavor, and they're in a box, with a picture of a Bigfoot footprint on it and so forth. And he paid the price of getting them to us, and so we're reaping the benefit of the sale, and that's been helping. What else?
How's the traffic been?
The traffic through here this summer has been outrageous. We have never had so many people in the museum. And this summer it had to do with, I think, 2 things. Number one, the Finding Bigfoot TV show. There's an awful lot of kids that are talking their parents into going to the Bigfoot Museum after watching that TV show. And also, Sunset Magazine did a little treatment on the town of Felton, and we were one of 4 or 5 places mentioned in this little article in Sunset Magazine just a few weeks ago, and that had the phone ringing off the hooks for a couple of days. So we're getting some coverage, and we're managing to stay afloat, but it's very difficult. And once again, if people want to help support what we're doing, we've also made some buttons recently. We got a button making machine, and we've got a few buttons, and I'm gonna be designing more of this sort of thing. And also, I did another recent portrait, but I seem to have misplaced it. One of our members had to move out of the area. He comes to our meetings, and he's been out with us on Bigfoot hunts when we've actually recorded some screams and what have you. And he wanted a portrait of himself with a Bigfoot. And as I've done for Bart Catino and for Jim Duffy and some of our other members, we gave him yesterday at his farewell party a picture of Mr. and Mrs. Bigfoot. It was a male and a female and him together in a family portrait.